Hello, you're watching News Mongolia and MNB World. I'm your host, Ayunda Basenho. Our top stories. Renovations begin for some of Mongolia's 1,500 historic buildings. People 18 and up are now eligible for a COVID-19 booster shot. Umnugovi province is on lockdown until September 24th. For other news, stay tuned. The Ministry of Health reported that 2,939 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed today and 10 more people have died. In the past 24 hours, 2,939 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed and 4,825 have recovered. Unfortunately, 10 patients, 6 women and 4 men died of COVID-19 complications. Out of the new cases, 1,404 were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar and 1,534 were confirmed in the rural provinces, and 1 was imported. At hospitals nationwide, 20,702 COVID-19 patients are being treated. Out of them, 12,988 show mild symptoms of illness and 315 are in critical condition. Additionally, 42,056 patients are being treated at home under supervision from first-level family hospitals. Health officials advise the public to avoid touching their faces with their unwashed hands and keep wearing masks properly, and encourage adults who got second dose of a COVID-19 vaccine 3 months earlier to receive the third dose in order to gain stronger immunity against the virus. There are about 1,500 buildings that are a significant part of Mongolia's architectural heritage. Most of these buildings are 80 to 100 years old and don't meet today's safety standards. To address this issue, the government has started renovations for some of these historic buildings.
The list of high-risk historic buildings includes the State Drama Theatre, the Opera House, and the buildings of Ulaanbaatar's museums. Professional inspection officers have concluded that some of the buildings can be renovated rather than being demolished.
These buildings that were built in the 1950s and 1960s are part of our cultural heritage. We should renovate these buildings rather than demolishing them and building new ones.
Mongolia is pursuing a policy of renovating and improving its historic buildings. The government has already created a budget for the renovation of 2 museum buildings. We urgently need to renovate our old cultural buildings. The government has included the renovation costs for the Churchen Lama Temple Museum and the Bogtan Museum in the 2022 budget. In addition, we need to install security cameras and alarm systems as soon as possible in museum buildings that house our cultural heritage. This will allow us to monitor and better protect exhibits. In other countries, old buildings like these are considered part of our country's historical and artistic heritage. Significant buildings that were built more than 50 years ago are often considered sites of tangible cultural heritage.
Thank you for staying tuned with us. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
People over the age of 18 started receiving COVID-19 booster shots on Monday. Nationwide, more than 75,000 people have received booster shots. In the first phase of distribution, senior citizens and people with chronic health conditions were eligible to receive booster shots for greater protection against COVID-19 infection. Shots are available at district immunization centers. People are able to choose between Sinovac or Pfizer vaccines. Health officials are reminding the public that an additional vaccine dose should be taken a minimum of 3 months after receiving 2 full doses of COVID-19 vaccine. Experts say that a third dose will not be administered to people who have recovered from COVID-19.
The Dairy Asia Secretariat Office, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, Mongolian Ministry of Food, Agriculture and Light Industry, and the International Dairy Federation will organize the Dairy Asia webinar School Milk Program on September 28th, commemorating World School Milk Day. The webinar will cover how milk programs can improve nutrition and public health, strengthen the food value chain, and sustain the milk and dairy market. A school milk program is expected to bring benefits to various stakeholders in Mongolia, including school children and the dairy sector. The webinar will include presentations and discussions highlighting experiences in India, China, Thailand, and Bangladesh, the IDF School Milk Knowledge Hub, and proposals for a school milk program in Mongolia. The Umnugovi Province Emergency Commission has imposed an emergency lockdown until September 24th. Several regulations have been adopted for the lockdown, including having all classes and training sessions conducted online. Movement in and out of the province and between zones is restricted, and a curfew will be in place from 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. Government organizations will work from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The transportation of food, fuel, medicine, medical equipment, construction, mining, and energy equipment and supplies will be executed with permission from the Province Emergency Commission. Permission is being granted through the smartgobi.com system. Non-residents are not allowed to enter the province.
Now let's check on some currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. And here's the weather forecast for major cities around the world. Well, that's all for today. Many thanks for staying with us on News Mongolia. See you tomorrow with more stories and updates. Please follow MNB World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great evening. Goodbye.